Hello everyone, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Peace be to you, my friends. Be okay with being a nobody. Be content with being an absolute nobody, because in reality, we are no one. We are nobodies walking around pretending like we're somebody's. We're pretending to be a person. We're playing this game. What is your life anyway? Nothing but a struggle to become somebody. What is your life anyway? Nothing but a running away from your own silence. It's okay to be no one, because in reality, we are no one. We are life. We are not a person that has a past and a future. That's only an illusion. So if I ask you right now, who are you? And by the way, that's the most important question you can ask in this life. Who am I? Not on a egoic personal level, but who really am I? What am I? And you can't answer that with your mind. You have to go deeper, over the mind. So if I ask you, who are you? Well, you may say, I'm so and so. But is that really true? The second I ask you who you are, you go into memory. You go into the past and try to identify yourself with events and concepts. You are not your past. And then if I continue asking, well, who are you? And I tell you you're not your past, or you don't find your identity in the past, the identity you find in the past is not fulfilling enough. You go into the future and say, well, maybe I'll be this. The future will give me this identity. And this is the game that most people are playing. But you don't have to play that game. I'll tell you why. Because trying to be somebody in the world, there's a cost to that. You lose peace. That's why most of us start off with no peace, trying to find peace, but never getting it. Because what happens is you try to become somebody in the eyes of the world, and you spend your whole life trying to be somebody, and you may never get there. But let's say you do get there. You get there, finally you're a somebody. The whole world approves of you and validates you and congratulates you. That stays for you for a little while, and then it fades. Then you have to face the reality of being an absolute nobody. And I want to make this clear. It's not nihilistic to say that we are nobodies. We are life. It's not depressing to say, oh, I'm a nobody. That's how society makes you think. Oh, I'm a nobody. I'm a nobody. That sucks. I'm a loser. I'm nobody. That's the game that society has been playing for so long. But don't get hypnotized by those lies. Instead, be content with being nobody. In fact, your freedom, your peace comes from being who you really are, an absolute nobody. What does that mean? You are life. You are one single expression of life out of the infinite expressions of life. In a way, you're a grain of sand in the beach called life. But as this grain of sand, we walk around with these huge egos. I'm Mr. This. I'm a doctor, or I'm a father, I'm a son. I'm a teacher, I'm a plumber. I believe in this and that. I have these desires, and so on and so forth. We act like big people. But in reality, we're not. It's just an illusion. It's just a facade. So what I want with you with this video is to see through the illusion and be okay with the reality that we are life. We are not meant to be people, someone in the eyes of the world. That's just an illusion. Get connected to real life and understand that you are life. And with that comes peace, comes joy. That you are just a tiny expression of life. Doesn't mean that your life is insignificant. It just means that you face reality. You can see things the way they actually are, and you're not deluded. That's what it means. So when you meditate on this, that you are life, and everything else is an expression of life, and we are here as life. And really try to feel, what does feeling like life really look like? Not my ego, not the person, not my identities, not my attachment, not my desires and fears. Put all that away and see, what does it feel like to be real life, to be who I really am? Meditate on that. That's my message for you today. That's my message for you today. Thank you for listening. I also have 2 fiction books available and a coaching service if you're interested. And if you value my videos, please consider supporting me on Patreon or PayPal. Your support helps keep this channel going. Thank you for your support. Thanks again for listening. I'll see you next time. Peace.